never stop. As we shot from the top, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to the Armoury. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to another section of Arsenal news. Do apologise about the videos as today. StreamYard is having a nightmare, so I hope all the slides work perfectly fine. But yeah, StreamYard's having a nightmare today. But we will crack on and move on regardless. Before we talk about the first subject, which, funny enough, Temmie's already commenting on. I don't want Lars Lakonga anywhere near my club. Temmie, I would recommend putting your fingers in your ears in a minute then. And he loves the intro. Thank you very much. Big up to the 40 people already watching. Thank you very much. Big up, mate. Hope you're well. I'm back from my holiday in Stranraer and back in Carlisle. I hope the weather's okay. It's not been too bad today. Had a bit of rain this morning, but I hope the weather's not too bad in Carlisle. Big up to Luke as well. Big up to G Talks as well. Right, let's discuss Onana. So the situation is we are in discussions with Everton. I know it's not hit the mainstream media, but we are in discussions with Everton over Onana. I've just my slides 2023. It's probably because I still wish it was 2023, but never mind. Thanks for that, Luke. I have to change the slides. Anyway, regarding Onana, the situation is we are in discussions with Everton. Both are very confident that the deal will be agreed. Everton wants the amount that they want. Arsenal don't want to pay that. We are kind of trying to take advantage of the situation at Everton at the moment. But it is progressing well, and there are definitely, for me, I think this will definitely happen. How soon, I don't know, but discussions are happening. And so far, everyone's feeling very confident that the deal will get done. So that will be Amadou Onana to Arsenal. Regarding whether or not we'll get another midfielder is all about Partey leaving. We need Partey to leave so we can get another midfielder in. At the moment, Partey does not want to go, but let's hope he does, because then we can get another midfielder in. So that's what we kind of need right now. Weather seemed to be good here in Carlisle, in Stranraer. Every time we arrived in different places, it dries sun out, but then 5 minutes later, lashing it down, we jinxed every place. So Everton are happy to sell to a red cartel club. Then, at the end of the day, Everton have to sell. I think it's around £150 million in talent. So, and that's by the end of this month. So they have to do it. Obviously, Arsenal have gone in for Onana. I think DCL is meant to be leaving as well, so that's another price we'll see who else. Obviously, Branthwaite is obviously another big price tag. But Everton have got to realise they're not going to get the full amount because we all know they're in financial problems. So, yeah, we'll wait and see exactly how much we'll get him for. But I think we'll get him probably for about 5 million less than what they're asking. I don't think it'll be a huge saving, if I'm honest. At the end of the day, a lot of Premier League clubs are not that mean. Like, no, you're going to have 40 million and that's it. There will be a proper discussion. There'll be like bonuses somewhere along the line that help Everton get what they want. Arsenal will be happy because they've saved a bit of money. So, yeah, there'll be a deal at some point, and I reckon it'll be a bit of a discount from what Everton are asking, which I believe is about 55 to 60 million is what they're asking for Onana. Big up to Robert Atugunza. I don't know why I think we should sign Fofana instead of Onana. Now, Fofana, I don't rule out. Even if we sign Onana, I still don't rule out Fofana. Look, we all know that he's available. I think it's about 25 million quid you can get him for. AC Milan are very keen on Fofana. But so are we. We have spoken to his camp, and we do kind of need Partey out of the club, though. That's the problem. Let's see if we can get Partey out of the club. The Fenerbahce situation is now dealt with. So if Fenerbahce do want Thomas Partey, now is the perfect time to come and get him. We shall see. Saudi Arabian clubs obviously will be interested as well. The window doesn't open till Friday. So look, there is a lot of negotiations happening right now. We'll wait and see what happens. I would have question marks on Onana personally. He was dropped to the bench for a reason at Everton. True, I think he's got the quality. I wanted him before he come to Everton, so I think there's quality. He's only 22 as well, so there's still time for him to progress in his playing style as well. So I have no major issues with Onana. Branthwaite deal will escalate now after not making squad for whatever reason. Absolute joke, but anyway, pay up the money for Branthwaite. Yeah, it's taking a while, isn't it? But Everton, at the end of the day, have got a deadline till the so I've just seen G Talk's comment. Everton have got a deadline for the end of the month. They have to raise 150 million pounds. They have to, otherwise they're going to get done by the Premier League for PSR once again. They can't really do that, so they have to sell the money. They have to be quick. If you think about it, really, Everton squad, there's not that much in high value there, so. You know, Everton have got to be a little bit sensible when it comes to asking too much for a player. Branthwaite, for me, easily 55 million pounds. Any more, they're asking like 70, 80 million. I'm not 100% sure he's really on that. But yeah, we'll wait and see. So Fenerbahce have elected their president then. As far as I'm aware, it is all done, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has. Well, obviously, Jose Mourinho is there now, so I'm pretty sure everything is now finalised, I believe. I'm here, Bobby, need my transfer updates. Well, Onana one, as I said, everything is progressing quite well at the moment. So we'll wait and see what happens. But for me, it's progressing very well. Everton are asking what they're asking. Arsenal are still at the table trying to get a slightly lower price. So, yeah, I'm confident this will be done. As I've told you, G, I'm near enough 100% confident this will be done. So, yeah, the media pile on Saka over the Iceland loss is shocking. He wasn't even on the pitch that long. Ridiculous. I hate it. This is why Luke will tell you I'm anti a journalist. I just can't stand them. You know, he'd play 25 minutes and no one else was blamed for it. Foden, from what I heard, because obviously I don't watch it because I'm anti-England while Southgate's there, is he had a shocking game. Kane had a shocking game. Ramsdale made a mistake, but none of those were pictured. It was Saka or Mainu or I think Gay was also being mentioned as well. No one else. It's ridiculous. I hate it. I can't stand it. Can't stand the journos. I would suggest we let Partey stay for one more season in spite of a signing in his position. I think this is it. Look, we could see how he doesn't stay fit. If anything, he's only going to get worse. then he's not going to improve at his age. So he's only going to get worse. So now is the perfect time. If not, he will be out of contract at the end of next season for nothing. I'd rather get something for him because we did outlay so much money for him in one lump sum. So yeah, for me, we must sell. We must sell. Yeah, I'm the same with you, Luke. Everton, Castle are supporting City instead of questioning their over bloated recruitment fees and poor management. Everton are just a badly run club right now. They need new owners, and I can't wait for them to get it. Simple as that for me. Nothing better for me. Carlisle getting 15% of Brantford deal and United overpaying. It's Southgate, mate. That's his name. Losing to a supermarket twice. Oh, I love it. Only good thing from the Iceland City is the possibility of Southgate joining Peckham Red, says Temi. Well, there's a lot to decide. Right, let's move on to the next slide. Awaiting decision, Sesko. Now we are front runners. There is confidence growing and growing and growing that Sesko is going to join us. However, the other option now, this is look. We had a conversation in the week regarding this. Sesko is only 21. He has got to decide what's best for his future right at this moment. Does he want to stay at RB Leipzig and play probably 90% of the games? Or does he want to come to Arsenal where he's not going to play so much of the league? Let's be honest. He's probably going to play probably 60 to 70% of this season. So yeah, he's got a big decision. I personally think he will choose us. I think that is the right decision for him. But we've got to wait and see. It's up to him, and rightly so. We'll wait and see. I think the decision will come quite soon now. If not, he will probably make a statement and say, I'll decide after the Euros. Because obviously Euros start on Friday. It's the teams that are breaking rules, supporting City. How ironic, can't make it up. 100%, mate. It's madness. Racism too much on English national team, yet their indigenous talent is wanting. Sorry for Saka. It's honestly... yeah, this obviously, Robert, we could get into this on a whole different stream, talking about what is right, what is wrong at the moment in England, and there's so much wrong, not so much right. That's the problem. Big up to Moss saying what's Sesko in his this morning. Mitrovic looks good. Serbia. Mitrovic is a great striker. Right now, Croatia 2-1, Portugal, Denmark 2-0 up against Norway. Sesko most likely be after Euros has been up front for Slovenia, and the main man be his main focus. You will get him after group stages. Don't think Slovenia will make it past the 16. I don't think. Look, he could make a decision before the Euros, but nothing will be finalised until after the Euros. That's how I think it will happen. I think he'll make his decision before the Euros, and then all the paperwork and everything will be done after the Euros. That's what I think. As for Slovenia making it, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I haven't got a clue what's going to happen these years. I think there's going to be quite a few surprises, if I'm honest. Same size, my little city. Yeah, Iceland, look, this is not the first time they've beaten us. Second time now. Look, England are a great group of individuals, but we've got the wrong man in charge. And I've said this is why I don't watch them. I can't stand watching them. Jota got her goal. Big up to Moss. Right. So, yeah, that's the decision with Sesko. Right, movement on the wings. So we are trying our best to get a winger. Obviously, we've been linked with the Girona winger. He's Ukrainian, but I'm not going to try and say his name because I'm going to get it wrong. I'll have to learn how to say it. Saganikov, I think his name is. And then, obviously, there is also Federico Chiesa. So... we need to keep an eye out for that one as well. Juventus are willing to sell because Juventus are basically trying to do a budget cut everywhere, offering players a lower value in salary and all that kind of stuff. Some players don't want to do it. They want to be sold and blah, 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 blah. But yes, there is going to be a new winger. Everyone wants us to sign a new winger. So yeah, it will happen. Just give us time. We've got our plan A still in operation. I've got no issues with us at all on that. God help us, sign Sesko. He is indeed a fitting. Mainu was getting slaughtered too, but for me, he's far too inexperienced. He struggled yesterday due to that. I've never had him anywhere near England's strongest 11. Not experienced enough, says Chris. Heard or seen sites putting out Arsenal and Juve after Doug Luiz. As I said the other day in the group chat, that Doug Luiz wants to leave for a new challenge. So it's not a case of Aston Villa want to sell him. Douglas Luiz has asked to leave. As far as I'm aware, Barcelona and Juventus are interested. There's been mentions that there could be a player swap with us. I've not heard anything yet. Not a deedar. But as I keep saying, Partey needs to leave. That's the thing. I need Partey to leave. Everyone wants Partey to stay. I want him to leave because otherwise we don't get another midfielder in. It's as simple as that. Maybe Sesko is a smokescreen for Isaac. Well, this is the other thing now, Temi. The media have mentioned it, but they don't really talk about it too much. Newcastle also need to sell for their PSR for this month as well. They are currently in the red, so they kind of need to sort something out. They need to sell someone. Chiesa has finished post ACL injury. I don't know. Has he been picked for the Euros? I'm doing it. I think I'm doing Italy next weekend. So I hope to see Chiesa then. Yeah, I think it's around that price. It's 25 million. I think is what there is expectation of 25 million pounds, which I have zero issues with. Even if he has got a few issues, I don't mind. I've got no problem with that. Mate, I need him to leave. I need him to leave because I need us to bolster this squad with better talent and players that are actually going to help us. Partey did not help us last season at all. So yeah, for me, needs to move on. Right. Any other business? Yes, we are tracking. I will talk about Hato. So Hato has come out with a statement this week saying that he's still got a lot to learn. He has, and this is why I do think that if we are to sign him this summer, it will be for him to stay at Ajax. I don't think he'll be part of our squad. I think he'll stay at Ajax if we are to sign him this summer. But we will still sign, for me, at least one defender, at least one midfielder, and two forwards. And obviously the goalkeeper situation will be sorted. So yeah, we will sign someone. Our plan A is still in operation, so I'm not too worried at the moment. If we start getting to plan F, plan G, then I'll start panicking. But right now we're still on plan A and everything's working fine. If Manu was a Spanish, he would be used well because he is a good talent in a group of arrogance, says Robert. Kind of agree. Bobby, mate, I just want him to go. Honestly, it's not just like he didn't actually help us last season, which he didn't. It's also the money. Like, he's on a lot of money, and I have no wish for him to stay here next season, taking that wage and doing pretty much nothing with it. He needs to go. Yeah, he's going to Euros with Italy, probably Italy main attacker with respect. Yeah, don't do a Ferrari in F1. Plan A, plan B, plan C. Yeah, plan YMCA. I like that one. That's nearly for Portugal. We can sign Hatter and leave him on loan at Ajax like we did. Yeah, that's how I think we should do it, Robert, if I'm honest. Because it makes sense for us, it makes sense for him. Hato, for me, would have to continuously get a lot of playing time. He won't get that at Arsenal, not this season. You don't want to break up the Gabriel and Saliba at all partnership unless it needs to be like suspension or injury. You just don't need it. So if we were to sign Hato, I think it will be we'll sign him, we'll keep him at Ajax, and we'll have him next season, which makes perfect sense for both parties. Bobby will have a party when he leaves, 100%. Only me and Bobby want party gone in the armory, it seems. I know, it's crazy. Me and you, Luke, on the same page on this one. I want him gone. I wanted him gone last summer. And I was right on that situation because he hardly played this season. I was right. So are you, Luke. We were both right about selling him last season. We should have done it. That like I said, I think I rated our window like a 6 or a 7. It was mainly to do with the outs, nothing to do with the ins. It was the outs. We had to get rid of Partey. We should have sold Eddie. Look how much we didn't use Eddie. Look how much we didn't use Smith Rowe. It was madness. Anyway, let's talking about outs. Let's move on to outs. Right, is it time up for Nketiah? Yes, it is. We have got about 4 or 5 clubs interested in Eddie right now. Funny enough, one of them's Everton, but that's more of a loan deal. But Fulham are very keen on him, and I think he suits Fulham perfectly. To be honest, I think might change Fulham to like Arsenal B squad or something like that, because they're going to have if their current plans play out, they'd have like 5 Arsenal players there. So yeah, but yeah, Eddie for me definitely will be leaving. Luke, now you've pointed that date thing. That's all I can see now is how wrong my date is. You can tell I've got OCD. But anyway, I'll change that for the next time I do this show. Let's to be permanent or not to be for Smith Rowe. Right, there was some talk about Luton Town coming in for a loan for Smith Rowe. Nah. Nah. Look, there's enough clubs out there that want to pay out for him. I hope that we get the money that we deserve for Smith Rowe, and I hope Smith Rowe does amazing at his new club. I really do. I just no loan. Loan doesn't help anybody. You know, I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, loan this person out, loan that person out." Why? Why are we loaning people out? You don't get an enough amount in for you to then reinvest that money. It is ridiculous to keep saying, "Oh, we must loan this player out." Why? You don't get no money. You get like a slight fee, like a £3 or £4 million fee. What are you going to do with that? Spend it in Poundland. You know, what the heck are you going to do with 3 or 4 million quid to reinvest that into your squad? It makes zero sense. So any player that should not be staying here, got to sell them. Got to sell them right now. And I believe right now Arsenal will do all they can to sell as many players as humanly possible. I think we've got the capability to get 150 to 200 million in. I hope we at least reach the lower figure on 150. But Arsenal will do everything possible to get money in so we can reinvest it into our squad. Come back from Stromer and Carlisle's second signing is Cameron Harper, left back from Inverness on a free. How ironic. Wow. I'll be honest, mate, that's not a bad signing for you. That's not a bad signing. I said yeah last year too, but for January, Luke, remember how, but now it's tough to sell this guy. I bet maybe Saudi or Turks for TP. The Turkish league are interested. The Saudi league are interested. There is talk of a couple of clubs in Europe that are interested as well. He doesn't want to go. That's the problem now. He doesn't want to go. And it wouldn't shock me if it's partly social media, because there's so much love for Thomas Partey. It's ridiculous. Like, he's not helping our club. He's not doing anything for us. So just let him go. That's how I look at it. Absolutely, it's even late for yeah, 100% it's late for Nketiah. If we don't sell Sonego this summer, I'll lose all faith in Edu. Yes, I agree. Look, I'm very confident right now. I did say to the Armridge guys in the group WhatsApp at the end of this window, if it all goes Pete Tong, I'll let everybody know how I felt the window went at the end of it. Currently, I'm very confident we can get everything done. We shall see how that goes throughout the window. We're close to signing Gateshead right back Kenton Richardson on a 3-2. Very promising. We are improving our mediocre defence straight away. Get rid of Sam Lavelle, and I'll forgive Simpson. Another good signing as well, to be fair. Let's have a look. What's this one? Big up to Neil Gunnarsson. And Nketiah should not have signed a new deal in the first place, and Smith Rowe has been underused and underappreciated. I do agree with that second part. As I said, Smith Rowe and Arsenal at the moment are just people that just don't get on. We just don't fit together. Under a different system, Smith Rowe would be brilliant and would probably be played more. But we just don't have that type of play. And Smith Rowe is not that type of player where he will listen to instructions and do every single part of the instruction, because Smith Rowe is a free roaming player. And it just doesn't work. I wish Smith Rowe all the best for wherever he goes, because I'm sure he'll do very well. And Nketiah, different story regarding, I agree with the signing of the new deal. I don't agree with the amount. It's not as much as everyone thinks it is, by the way. But yeah, it's more to do with keeping his market value secure. But the other way of keeping market value secure is actually by playing them. We don't play the players either. So we kind of do it in one way, keeping their market value by signing them on new deals, but don't play them enough either, or give them playing time by loading them out or something. So we're not helping ourselves in both aspects, unfortunately. Is there lots talking coming in for ESR? There is. We've got we've got 2 clubs in Europe. Napoli was one of them. There is Luton Town are interested in a loan deal. I can't see that one. That doesn't make sense at all for anybody. Aston Villa were looking at Smith Rowe. Fulham are looking at Smith Rowe because supposedly Andres Pereira is meant to be leaving Fulham, and Marco Silva has been offered a lot of money to improve the Fulham squad this summer. So that's an interesting one. I still think that Smith Rowe, even though Crystal Palace are meant to be getting Kamada, I think if Crystal Palace lose both Eze and Olise in the same window, I still think there was a space there for Smith Rowe as well. So there's a Crystal Palace option. I think Brighton were interested, but obviously Brighton have got an issue with no manager at the moment. I think they're meant to be getting the St. Pauli manager. So yeah, there's still a lot to happen. Look, don't forget, the window doesn't actually open till Friday, so nothing's really going to happen of great excitement right now. So yeah, I think Smith Rowe will be sold. That's how I'm looking at it. Smith Rowe should also leave. We should bring Nwaneri and Kozia Dubry into the squad. Nwaneri is a different one. Nwaneri, we're looking at what is best for us and him. That our loan manager currently is looking at a club where he is guaranteed minutes. So I'd say at like 60 to 70% of the matches that team will play. That's what we kind of want for Ethan. I don't see it happening. I just don't see the clubs that will want him or pay the amount of money they will have to pay for him in terms of salary and the loan fee. This is something that we'll talk about probably at the end of the window. Not so much now. Kozia Dubry, we still don't know if he's signing a new deal. It's simple as that one. We hope that he does. We've still got him on contract at the moment, but Dortmund are interested. Newcastle are interested. There's a lot still happening with Kozia Dubry. I hope he stays. Loaning an ESR out, for example, is to rebuild his value if the bids we get aren't good enough. I get what you're saying, Luke, but the problem we're doing with that is we're then losing. Let's say he's worth 25 million quid, right? The loan fee that we'll probably get for him maximum is 5 million. So we're losing the 20 million because you're not guaranteed that he goes out on loan and smashes it. You just don't know. He could go out on loan and not be played. We've had that loads of times. And look, Charlie Patino went out on loan. Yes, he had a good season, but he hasn't really increased his market value. So it doesn't always work. And for me, because of the Arsenal plans, for me, anyone that we don't want at this club must be sold. I want them. I want readies. I want the readies. I am being very Scrooge right now in June. Yeah, from what I've seen of Harper, their best player despite relegation to Scottish League 1, 3 goals and 12 assists in all competitions. Awesome. Richardson, from what I've seen of National League, probably top 3 right backs in the league behind Connor Barrett of Field. I don't care about what we signing players from that league. Mate. I'll always agree on that one because there are some quality players in the National League. Big up to Gary saying hello. Did my Serbia versus England match preview. Jeez. I did your challenge you do for previews, which I'll be doing for all match previews. Oh, awesome stuff, mate. Serbs look good for today. What's your channel, Chris? It's literally Chris Welch. If you're in the chat, Moss, you should just be able to click on his name. You should be able to go straight to his channel, but it is literally Chris Welch, like that. Just type that into YouTube. Everyone, please just type that into YouTube and you'll find Chris. So there we go. ESR is an easy one. If Arteta can't trust him, powerful or talent-wise, then he has to go. Exactly, Gary. That's how I look at it. Dubry is a Saka replica. I wish we struggled to get him a new contract. Yeah, we are struggling. I think it's because you can just see there's not many avenues open for the youth, and that is a big worry. So yeah, I think that's where our biggest issue is with Dortmund and Newcastle. They you can see the pass that they give. You look at is it Lewis Miley at Newcastle? You can see all the different ones they do at Dortmund. They don't just do one or two. They do pretty much the whole team is youth play or former youth players as well. You're just testing me now, aren't you? Sivokic, Kostic, Savic, Flahovic, Mitrovic, Jovic, Tadic. Yeah, our defenders in our tough time. Oh, wait. Where's our centre backs? Gay, only one decent and fifth. Good afternoon to BX. Big up to BX. It's a risk for sure. Like Tierney, for example, hasn't rebuilt his value through no fault of his own, of course, after having another injury-plagued season. We'll go on to that in a minute, mate. I'll talk about Maguire. Tierney in a minute. ESR is not creative enough to be a 10, not situationally aware enough to be an 8. He has to go. Says Temi, let's go Riders game number 1 today in Edmonton. Only those that have worked under Arteta, Saliba and Balogun, not selling Saliba. Balogun sale has to go for a proper replacement. Right. We'll wait and see, mate. Croatian nearly again. Exactly, literally Chris Welch. No messing around city nonsense names. Don't get people asking what my name is, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I love it. Right, let's talk about the next one. No takers yet for Nelson. So Reece Nelson is hopefully going to leave Arsenal. He's not getting the game time. Obviously, I've mentioned that we're going to try and get a winger of more established quality. I think probably it's the nicest way I can put that without knocking Reece Nelson down too much. So yeah, 25 million quid. No one's interested at the moment. Not at the moment. No one's inquired. I expect that to change. I expect the price to go down as well. To be honest, I expect something between 15 to 20 million for Nelson at the end of the day. But you know what? This is the one I really don't mind if it is a loan, because I don't know. There's something about Reece. There's some games he doesn't do anything really, and there's some games you just look at him and you go, "Oh, that's interesting. What he's just done there. I like that." There's just something about him sometimes. It's not enough, I know, but it's just sometimes he just does it. I don't know. Game 1 Stanley Cup finals later tonight. David Aguna, let's go Oilers. Absolutely no idea. I'll be honest. Any other business lots? Yes. So Tierney will not be staying at Arsenal. I don't know how much we're going to get him for him. I expect maybe 15 million quid if we're lucky. Ramsdale, there was a lot of interest. There is mentions of loans. Again, I just don't get it. I really don't. Ramsdale going out on loan makes 0 sense for him, for us. Just ridiculous. I get it's probably very similar to what Luke was saying again. It's just no. As for other people, Kivior, very, very possible will be leaving. Zinchenko, because I've just seen Moss put in Oz. The situation at Bayern Munich has changed. So I don't believe Alfonso will leave for Real Madrid, which was the expectation. Not yet, anyway. So at the moment, I would say Kivior will be leaving, Zinchenko will be staying. Doesn't mean we won't be going to buy a fullback, because we will probably be getting a fullback of some sort who's a bit more suited to our style of play, I think is the best way of putting it. Now, who else? We got Tavares. Yeah, sometimes I forget he's even at our club. Lukonga, again, another one that will be leaving. See, there's so much there, monetary value. We've just got so much that we can sell. And yeah, Moss right. Timber plays either side. He does plays both sides very comfortably as well. That is what we're technically we're looking for a proper left back. You go, hang on, we've got that in Tierney. Tierney doesn't suit the style of play that we want. So yeah, it's just honestly, sometimes you just want to bang your head against the wall, but it's madness. Big up to Breddy's evening, my PB. Pick up to Errol. Hope you're doing well, Errol. F1 transfer news. Carlos Sainz set to sign for Williams. What? Are you being serious? You're being so deadly serious there. Carlos Sainz to Williams. Wow. And Errol saying, big up to Moss. Right. This is the big one. Right. So Arteta has signed the new deal. Waiting for the big hoo-ha about it, but he has signed it. So we've got no worries, no qualms about our future. It's a 3-year deal. It is extremely big increase in value. And look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's perfect for us right now, because any players that we are going out to approach, at least they know what the is at Arsenal Football Club. They know who's going to be in charge. They know what the plan is for at least 3 seasons. So, it's the perfect time. And I'm not the greatest fan of the amount of money, I'll be honest. But, that's just me. From what he was on to what he's on now is a massive jump. There is a lot of space between those two numbers. But it is what it is. I'm not the one that pays it, so I suppose I can't really moan. So yeah, that's that, and that will be announced at some point when the journalist decides to do it. It is what it is. I don't want to see Onana at Arsenal. He isn't good enough, says Yomi. Okay, I think he's good enough. I do. I think him and Declan Rice with Odegaard floating in front of him is perfect, personally. Does that 3-year kick in from 2025? No, kicks in from now. So it will end 2027. The fine print, has yet to be released, but I know it's definitely a 3-year deal. And obviously the wage structure will start immediately. So as far as I'm aware, it's a 3-year deal from now. So it will end in 2027. The length of it is a little bit odd. I hope I'm wrong about this. But yeah, so what I've heard is a 3-year deal. So we'll wait and see. But that's what I've been told. It's a 3-year deal. Best to announce Arteta before trying to sell Arsenal to incoming players. That's how I look at it as well. But what they can do is when they're having negotiations, they can say, well, Arteta signed his new deal. Just hasn't been released in the media yet. The media are very strange creatures, I have to be honest. Yeah, I'm serious from my sources. Williams have exciting project. James Vowles ain't messing around. They've progressed over the years like McLaren will favour. That is an interesting movement, I have to be honest, mate. I quite like that. I'll always be a Williams fan for many, many years. I know they're not really British anymore, but then the name stays with the F1 fans for a long time. Same Onana doesn't break into Everton. He is highly inconsistent from what we need. We are going to have to compete with City, not Chelsea. We need better. I'll be honest, Chelsea could be a big problem next season. If Arteta doesn't win next season, he should be sacked, in my opinion. I am not on that boat. I am more on the boat that he needs to improve and continuously challenge for everything, because I don't believe that any club should be guaranteed or win a trophy, because anything can happen. If you just look at the Turkish league, was it Galatasaray and Fenerbahce? Was it Fenerbahce that only lost one game in the whole season and still didn't manage to win the league? Some leagues are like that, and unfortunately for us, we're in the same kind of league where you can absolutely get an amazing points tally and still not win the league. So yeah, I'm not kind of on that boat at the moment. I'm more of a case of we need to progress and improve in all 4 competitions. I find it very hard. Like, we need to make at least one final. We need to get to at least the semi-finals of the Champions League, and we need to push until the last day of the season for the Premier League, and don't get knocked out in the cup by a stupid team in the 4th round. That's how I look at it. Science and Albon, if they can work together and is happy for the one to be the main priority, it's bingo. Yeah, 100%. Progression is winning the league. If he doesn't win the league or the Champions League, he needs to go. Ooh. That's a tough one, that is, isn't it? Because I'm not one of those fans that go, we must win the league now. I don't see it happening, because I don't think, because the issue is there are so many good teams that, as much as I hate them, the blue side of Manchester are good. Man United will improve this season. Liverpool is a question mark. We don't know if they're going to get better or they're going to slightly get worse. We don't know. Chelsea could get better next season. That's 4 or 5 teams that could all be challenging for that league. And we are saying that Arteta must win. I think just get it to the last game of the season again. For me, at the moment, obviously, I love to win trophy. I love to win trophy every damn season. But I don't expect it. I expect us to challenge every season. And Premier League we challenged, but the cups were awful. 2026 relegations got no DRS. It's now manual override mode. Cars are smaller. Good news for you, Bobby. Hey, I can't see Red Bull liking the regulations affects them big time. Love it. If he wins the league next season but doesn't the following, are you still sacking him? You know what I mean? Kind of what I'm thinking. Like, what we've got people, right? And we all know them, Luke. We all know them, right? That think because Man City have won 4 in a row, it's become a farmers' league. So how do we? I don't quite get it. How do we want the league exactly? Only win it twice, and then someone else wins it twice. Then Arteta needs to be sacked. I just don't get it. I want us to challenge for every single trophy. If I see us putting every bit of effort into every single game and still not win anything, I'm chill. Because at the end of the day, what I want to see is my team succeed. If we don't get a trophy at the end of the day, then that's because there was just one team better than ours. I don't think Liverpool challenge, but I think they will still be 3rd best team in the league. I'll be happy with that, and even at FA Cup, but even stay in the top 4 because it's new manager. Be interesting what Arne Slot would do. Yeah, Luke, if he wins it next season, have a break for all I care. I'm starving. Oh, I love that. Right, guys, I will be back at the end of the week. I'm thinking I've got the game on Friday night. Either Thursday or Friday morning, I'll try and do a stream. Obviously, the window opens on Friday. If there's any breaking news, obviously, I'll bring it to you in the week. But yeah, I'm thinking Thursday because obviously Euros kick off on Friday. I'm doing the Germany versus Scotland game. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But guys, appreciate it. I will definitely be back. And next at the end of next week, I'll be back. I respect your opinion, mate, but Arteta has challenged the last 2 seasons for me. Needs to win now, win any trophy to call it progress. Yeah, I get it. It's just I don't think any club should expect to win a trophy. There's too many good ones. That's the thing. If it was France, Paris Saint-Germain, guaranteed I'd want a trophy. I demand a trophy. With the Premier League, it's a little bit different because we've got 3 very good teams this season. And like only one can win. That's the thing. Only one of them can win. Yeah, we can't all just win it. That's the problem. So yeah, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the way I look at things. I gave South going 3 strikes. Oh mate, I wanted him gone as soon as he came in. I would have had a revolving door for him. Oh, you're here? Bye-bye. With Klopp, we gave him 4 years. He kept progressing in those years. Then we got the cherry at the top of the winning Champions League. Then went from there. Yeah, I see what you mean. Right, I'll see you at the end of the week. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.